Welcome back to UConn Women's Basketball Plus. I'm Hamilton Neal. Today we're talking about Ashlin Shade and KK Arnold. These two players came in together in 2023 and instantly changed the complexion of this basketball team. Changed the identity of this basketball team, added toughness, added grit, with some flash at the same time. Ashlin Shade is a very unique player, and I just love what she brings to the table every single night for this UConn women's basketball team. She offensively is a threat to score from all three levels. She's tough enough to get inside, to cut, to do the dirty work. She has that mid-range game, which is so deadly. I think if you have a mid-range game, you have to have other things offensively. And to score from all three levels at a super high level is a hard thing for players to do. We see it with Paige Bueckers. We see it with so many others. If you have that mid-range game, right in the middle of cutting and shooting the three, that wears teams out over the course of a 40-minute game. We see it with Paige Bueckers. She kills teams slowly with that mid-range jumper. Caitlin Clark does it with the three-point shot from the logo. Paige Bueckers does it slowly, over and over and over again, and it's demoralizing for a team when you can't stop somebody from 16, 18 feet. So that mid-range jumper is arguably the most dangerous part of any player's game, and that's why Paige is so great. That's why Dwayne Wade was so great. That's why so many others were just incredible. Shaun Livingston never missed a mid-range jump shot, right? So having that to your game is so important. Ashlyn has that. Then she can shoot the three. She shoots north of 40% from three. So overall, she is so complete offensively. And again, like I said, these two players have toughness and grit. Ashlyn shows that every single night, and she is a true UConn Husky. You know, she's a player's player and is somebody that's just a joy to coach for Gino, right? And she earned the trust, her and KK, earned the trust early. Paige Bueckers and Sarah Strong, number one players in the country coming out of high school, just phenoms, unicorns, just rare talents. Ashlyn and KK are a little bit different in that they weren't those players, but they came in with their toughness, with their grit, with their moxie, and won them over. So Ashlyn's incredible, plays within the construct of the defense really well, and that's another part of her game that we don't talk about enough, right? Playing within team defense, she does so well there. So I think she's still the most underrated player on this basketball team, and I'll go one step further and say she's the most underrated player in the country, right? When we talk about this UConn team, it's Sarah Strong, Sarah Williams, AZ Fudd, but we don't talk about Ashlin Shade, somebody who can give you the flash but do the dirty work at the same time. And KK Arnold, you know, she's kind of that same player, right? She's not somebody that's going to take the top off and just score a bunch of points. She's not a score-first point guard. She is set up the offense, find her stars, and that's what she's about. She is a true floor general and trusted, was trusted early, played with Nika Mule her freshman year. That was so big for her development, to play with somebody like that, who Nika herself grew and developed into one of the best point guards in UConn history. Somebody who's not going to take the top off, right? You know, Nika was that same kind of player. So just learning from her, learning how to run the offense, learning how to be a leader, learning how to be a point guard. She carried that into her sophomore year last year, and now as a junior, has the experience, again, had the trust early, and is just somebody that's going to be stable, right? Stable to lead the offense. When she's running the point, you don't feel nervous about anything. You know Sarah's going to get the ball. You know AZ's going to get the ball. It's going to go where it needs to go. With that said, everybody on this UConn team has to be a good passer. It's not just about the point guard. You have to be able to move the basketball with your ability to pass, and that's reversing the ball, just finding people off cuts, finding people off screens, right? So flare screens, all of it. You have to be a good passer. So that's a big requirement. That is a huge requirement to play on this UConn team. Is point guard or not, you got to be able to pass. I mean, Sarah could be a point guard. AZ, somebody who's capable of passing, is not a point guard, but is capable of passing and handling the basketball a little bit. So again, KK is great in that regard. What I want to see her do is improve her three-point numbers and be aggressive getting downhill. We saw that in the national championship game. I keep pointing to that game because KK is one of those players that she can up her three-point percentage, but she's never going to be a lights-out three-point shooter. So for her to be effective offensively when she's not distributing is getting downhill. She has the frame to do it, and now it's just about matching the mindset with what she has physically. So I think Gino's going to hammer that home, or at least I hope he does coming into this season, because she can be effective in that area. Being aggressive as a point guard is so important. It's hard to balance passing and scoring. Gino had to tell Paige Bueckers, you need to score more. You need to be more selfish, right? So for KK, it's going to be the same type of evolution. And for KK Arnold, if she wants to play in the WNBA, and same thing for Nika Mule, if she wants to stick in the league, then she has to be able to develop more aggression offensively. Nika Mule's a great shooter, right? She's somebody that can take it off the catch and knock it down. But on the basketball, that's where the progression has to come. That's where the evolution has to take place. KK Arnold's good on the ball, getting downhill. So there's something there that she has. Outside shooting, again, needs development, but finding that midi, right? Finding that mid-range jumper, that's a safe space in the offense. And if you can develop that, just have the ability to pull up on somebody, right? That is so valuable. And that's why Ashlyn, like I said, is so dangerous. Because yes, she can get to the hole, she can shoot the three, but right in the middle there, she can kill you over and over and over again. And for KK, if she can add that to her game, along with what she does distributing and with her frame, what she can do getting downhill, that's going to be invaluable. That is going to be incredibly invaluable for this UConn women's basketball team. So I just wanted to come on and talk about these two, because I've tended to talk about these two a lot together because they came in together as freshmen, but both are so impactful in so many ways.